Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. Today I'm going to show you different ways how you can use these Dollar Tree wood dice to make some beautiful home decor. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up. And now let's craft. I will be using 4 of these Dollar Tree wood dice packs. 3 come in each pack. Now I'm going to set these aside and start with my first project. I will be using 2 of these Dollar Tree wooden round circles. The reason I'm using 2 of these is because I want this to be thick and nice and sturdy. Now these are kind of thin and flimsy, that's why if you use one, you can't really add anything heavy to it. Now to glue these together, I am using a combination of hot glue and wood glue. I will be adding some wood filler. Now I'm only doing it to one side because this is going to be the top side. So not only did I add it on the little holes, I also added to the side so it looks like one piece. I did let this dry for a couple of hours, then I used a piece of senshi to smooth it out. If you haven't guessed it by now, I am making a wood riser. Now for the legs, I'm using one of these packs. Now 3 come in a pack, so my wood riser is going to have 3 legs, but you can totally use 4 instead of 3, but I feel like 3 is enough. So now I'm going to just glue these using hot glue. And this is how it looks. Now you can paint it whatever color you like. I wanted this to look like it was stained, and I didn't want to use the same old Waverly antique wax, or I mean like the color. So to change it up, I did use some of the antique wax, but I added black paint to make it a little bit darker. I also added a little bit of water. The last thing I did is I wiped it down so it can have more of that wood stain effect. But that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I will be using 4 of these wood dices. Now, I did have to use 2 packs for this to grab the 4th one. The first thing I'm going to do is drill a hole to this. I started off by just using the little tool first, but then I did have to use my drill so I can make the hole deeper and bigger. Honestly, you can make this as deep as you want. You just want to make sure that some greenery is going to fit in there. So now I'm going to paint these white. I felt like these look too flat or too plain, so I am going to distress them using the same paint I use for my tray. So now the first thing I'm going to do is glue the bottom 3 dices together, but like almost like in a round circle. Then I'm going to glue the other dice right on top of it and in the center. I wanted to decorate this a little more, so I used this twine and tried different ways to incorporate it. I first tried using it like at the bottom, but I didn't like how that looked, so I did end up going with the top dies. I added some twine and I make sure that the twine was long enough, so at the end I made a bow. So now you have the perfect little planter. Now the last thing I did is I added this beautiful greenery that I had, which I grabbed from Dollar General. I glued it inside there and that was it. Look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I will be using 4 dices, which I painted white. Now, as you can see, I didn't paint them completely. It's because I'm going to glue these together, so some sides you're not going to be able to see. And you can glue these together vertical or horizontal, whatever you like. For this next step, there is different ways that you can do. You can use stickers, and I was going to use these stickers, but honestly, I didn't like how that looked. So instead, I remember I had these Dollar Tree stencils with letters, and I decided to just use this and add the word home to this. Work on whatever I'm gonna add on top. I wasn't sure what to add, but I knew I wanted to add something. I did try different things. I first tried like a square. I tried different houses that I had, but at the end I decided to use this little house that I already had. This comes from the Dollar Tree. I removed the images had and covered that up using this Hobby Lobby crafting paper. Look how beautiful this is. I cut this to size, then I used my Mod Podge because I couldn't find my glue stick. To blend this together, I sand all the edges. Then I use whatever paint I had left over and like distress the edge of the house and a little bit of the sides. As you can see, I accidentally painted the front, but that is okay. Now to decorate this a little more, I will be adding this small little wreath I made a while back using some Dollar Tree wire twine and some of this beautiful lavender floral pick. Now it had a small little bow, but I felt like I needed a bigger one, so I ended up removing that and adding a bigger one. The next thing I did is just added the house on top of the home sign. And that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. For the last dice, I painted it white, and honestly, this was a disaster. I did this like 3 different ways. The first thing I did is try to use the scrapbooking paper and add it to all like the little circle parts. Now honestly, I like how this looked, but the way I did it is I didn't let that dry completely, so when I trimmed it around, I did cut more than what I had to. And I didn't have time to let this dry. I was already running out of time. I then tried to use the stencil that I had. I was like, you know what? I can add so many of these little designs using some purple paint, which I mixed 2 of these colors to make like a lighter purple. And then after I used the stencil, I think I added way too much paint. Look how this turned out. You'll see in just right now. Look. So I was like, oh my gosh. So instead of that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just paint this dice purple, and that is what I did. Once it was dry, I just added some jute twine around it, and I left it like that. Honestly, I didn't know what to do with it. But that is it. Look how cute this turned out. And that is it for today. I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.